Hey, everybody, I think that we are live. Welcome to the Beans Report. We are just a bunch of music fans, and we just want to talk about music. But we named the show after our great dear friend Beans, who we all are displaying proudly. And it's not a situation where the show itself doesn't have anything to do with Beans. It's more of a tribute to Beans because there's nothing he loved more than talking about music. There's nothing more than there's nothing he loved more than talking about
You'll
music with
you'll
all
get
of us
there. You'll
and
get
all of
there.
you. Yeah.
And he
So let
said it
me
better.
let me introduce the people here. My name is Schnee, and I welcome all of you. This is pretty much a free for all. We don't have anything set, and we're just going to have fun talking about music, and we're probably hopefully going to go off on many tangents. The person to my whatever left or right, however you're looking at this, Mr. Ethan Alexanian. Ethan, how are you?
I am.
Oh, fantastic. And below him, or should I say
No, don't you dare.
above him? Okay, below him, Mr. Tim Allen. He has his own channel. I'm sure a lot of you have watched his channel. He's a great guy, very knowledgeable, and much, much, much older than most of us. Tim, how are you doing?
Great. How are you? How is everyone?
And below me, who's not really below me. I mean, he's actually way smarter than me and way older than me. He is a man who has his channel called Robscure Music. And I hopefully that you have all caught his channel and a lot of his videos. He just got back from some crazy something or other, and he met Pete Best. So
Yes.
right below me, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert S. Robert, how are you?
I'm doing well. Hello, everyone.
Hello, and we have people in the chat room already. We've got Tom's Vinyl Shack, we've got Captain Copter, and we've got Christian. How is everybody doing out there? Let us know. This is just all music talk. We're not going to play any music. We are going to play with words and talk about music. I just want to. I put up a couple videos recently. I'm going to ask all of you guys to tell me what's going on with your channel, except Ethan, who doesn't post anything. But but I do want to say that I'm very happy that Ethan's here. Not really, but I have to say that I'm really happy that Ethan is here.
Wow.
because he does not make many of these shows, but he knew for a fact that he wanted to come on the show and just talk about music because like I said, this show has nothing to do with Beans in terms of we're not going to talk about our dear friend Kevin, but this is in honor of him. So every Beans report is going to be in honor of our friend. But I put two videos up recently, or actually three. A couple days ago, I put the Rubenus video, and then last night I posted a video of just recent CDs that I'm not going to talk about in other videos. And then today I posted a review of the Dolenz Jones Boyce and Hart reissue. Tim, what have you been posting lately? Because
I've only posted one video in recent times. I was going to put another one up today. I might get to it tonight because I've got a lot done, and it was just an old. I think it was a thrift store finds video. I don't even remember. It's from a few months ago, probably, because I'm way behind. But yeah, I do a lot of thrift store videos if you're into that kind of thing. If you don't believe you can find good stuff at a thrift store, watch my channel.
yeah, he's the king of 29 centers.
Yes.
And what about you, Robert? What things have you posted lately on your channel?
Well, coincidentally, my most recent video is about thrift store finds.
Oh, awesome.
I went in, I found 15 CDs for $1.99 each. Hello, Vivian. And I don't have them here or I'd show them, but it's a wide variety of different music. And I even picked up a CD of Christmas music.
Oh, which one? Oh, you know me. You know me in Christmas.
Just a billboard,
Blah, 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 blah,
you
blah.
know, variety of different things. Harry Belafonte and Peggy Lee,
Oh,
and
oh,
you know, you got.
it's that billboard
Unfortunately,
one.
you got Grandma got run over by a reindeer on it.
Yeah,
But
I can tell you exactly what one it is because I watched the
That's-
video. It's the
Oh,
Rhino,
yes, okay.
1955 to present.
That's yes. Of
10
course,
Oh,
President
okay.
was a couple of years ago.
Okay, Christmas. Yeah, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Ooh,
Exactly.
No thanks.
Can I defend that a little bit? The
Oh, please.
original single.
You're gonna
I
have to
forget
defend
the
that
name of
more than a
the
little.
label. There's an original single. It starts with an R. The label is much better than the one that everybody knows. When they got signed to Epic, they had to re-record it, and the re-recording isn't half as good as the original. I'm just saying it's better. I'm not saying it's great, but it's better.
Yeah, we'll save that for the Christmas episode. I did a video of recent stuff that I got, but I got two things today. One of them is okay. All the Greg Kihn CDs, of his regular albums. I had those in my collection, and I had to sell them many years ago when I had to pay rent and money was low or whatever, and they were going for 30, 40, 50 bucks. I was able to sell them, which kind of sucks because I love those albums, and I've lost the files in computer crashes and stuff. So I've been slowly buying like all the compilations because these are all still relatively cheap. You can get them for 10 or 20 bucks, whatever, as opposed to 75 or 100. And each compilation has songs that aren't on other ones. So that's what I've been getting. And I also got a CD by the Knits, which I've already put over there. And they are a Dutch band. And I have to do another video. If you love XTC, the Knits from the Netherlands, Holland, they're the first, I'd say 10 or 15 years of their career had the same sort of trajectory as XTC did, where they started off really quirky and then they became more organic and rooted, with acoustics and pastoral sounds and stuff. Very, very great band. So I'll probably do a video on them at some point. But Ethan has some good stuff he wants to show us. Right, Ethan?
That's right. And I also do make content occasionally.
Oh, I guess I just don't watch it.
No, it's okay. The feeling's mutual.
Yeah, you bastard.
Well, speaking of collections, of the 15 CDs I found in a thrift store, one of them was the Squeeze collection, the Piccadilly collection, I think it was called.
Oh yeah, that's
which,
budget one. Yeah,
which I already have what was it, 45s and under, I think it was called.
Yeah,
which was like the singles of the late 70s, early 80s music that most people are familiar with. And this collection has a couple of those songs, but it has more of their like later 90s songs and some interesting, I think, B-sides.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
I think a collection like that is pretty cool to have too.
By the way, Ray is here. I'm not against Ray, but I don't want to post anything remotely related to the Beatles. Sorry, Ray. We're not going to talk about the Beatles. I know it's really, really disappointing for you.
Ray did mention Greg Lake, I Believe in Father Christmas, and I actually love that song.
Oh,
I love that. That may be my favorite Christmas song.
Greg Kihn has actually two hits. He had Jeopardy, which I don't care for, and then the breakup song. That we had broken up for good just an hour before.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah, and that's just a great pop song. But yes, yeah, absolutely, Ray. Let me see here.
Hi,
Hey,
Kimba.
Kimba. Thank you everybody for stopping by. This is not a show about our friend Beans, but we are all proudly displaying his photo and his memory, and the show is named after him because all he ever wanted to do was talk about music. I mean, I'm sure
he enjoyed a wide variety of music, and he introduced me to some bands I had never heard of before. Actually, let me show you one.
Oh, please do.
And at some point I'm going to make a video about this band, which and as a tribute to Beans, but I just haven't been able to get to it yet. But this is a group called Marat. This is their CD or their album, Kids in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got ties to both Philly and to Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, awesome.
This is basically two brothers, and it's sort of a quirky hard rock, very much like, you know what this is like? It sounds like early Bruce Springsteen. If you liked his first two albums, Greetings from Asbury Park and The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle, this sounds very much like those songs.
Oh, wow.
Definitely check this out, Marat. This is their second album, Kids in Philly.
Now, which album did it sound like to you?
It sounds like early Bruce Springsteen, like the Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle.
Yeah,
which had Rosalita on it.
Yeah.
And Greetings from Asbury Park, which is his first album,
Yeah.
both before Born to Run, when he sort of went off in a more, a different sort of direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Similar, but
like, is it more Bruce Springsteen-y sounding than like John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band?
No, which is good.
Nothing is more Bruce Springsteen-y sounding than that.
but take a listen.
I do love it. Okay, yeah.
This is fun for your ears. It's
jot that down, people.
Thank you, Beans, for introducing me to this band. And actually, his friend Bruce Durr, by his I mean Beans' friend Bruce Durr, who was on a chat or two before we lost Beans. He actually played with this band for a short while.
Oh, awesome.
As they were touring, I think particularly in Europe.
Awesome.
So he, Beans had a bit of a connection to this band.
Yeah. Ethan, show us your stuff.
Okay. Well, so since I'm in the presence of the CD junkie, he should be happy to know that I finally went to the distant year of 1990 and I bought a CD player.
Fantastic. I say freaking standing ovation. I'm short, so I'm actually standing.
Yeah. Because the main catalyst is I bought a few box sets that I wanted to hook up to my stereo. And then now I have
awesome.
25 bucks later, and I have a CD player.
Fantastic.
And
so
it's these great boxes on cherry red. It's the British psychedelic sounds of blah blah blah. And so this one's 1967, 1968.
Both good years for psych.
And 1969. All three good years for psych.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. Let me see here. I'm going to look in the chat before we continue. Yeah. Yes, keep CDs alive. Thank God. Hey, Dave. Yeah, definitely keep CDs alive. A lot of people I know, even though they're not saying it out loud, they're just kind of going back to maybe buying a few more CDs. I'm not referring to any of you, but kind of going.
I just bought 15 of them.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself.
No, I know. But before you show those, definitely keep those up there, Ethan. I don't want you to hurt your back any more than you have. Basically, friends are kind of not saying it, but they're realizing, well, gee, for example, the Blondie box set. Do I want to pay? This is what they're asking themselves. Do I want to pay $100 for that Blondie box set and get 8 CDs, or do I want to pay $300 and get 8 or 10 albums, whatever it is? If you invested in the Bob Mould entire collection, if you bought it on CD, you were getting like 19 CDs for $150. But those same 19 albums were spread over like 4 box sets or 5 box sets on vinyl, and you would have invested
Didn't
like
Kate
$600
Bush
or
do the same
$700.
thing?
Oh yeah, yeah. So it depends on what you want to pay, but I'm perfectly fine getting it smaller box. I try to say that without it sounding dirty, and being able to just have these CDs handy, and in some cases, a group releases a deluxe edition, 3 CD and or 3 CD deluxe edition with a bonus DVD or whatever, and it'll be $30, or maybe $39. And then that same time, for the same price, you can buy a remastered 10-track vinyl LP. I think I'd rather invest that same amount of money into the CDs. That is absolutely just me. I understand why people collect vinyl, but I wish people would understand why I collect CDs, But
I collect
anyway,
both.
Yeah.
And let me just, I know we're Ray is here and we're sort of, accepting this, but he did ask why I'm orange. It's probably blood pressure. It always goes up when Ray shows up. Just teasing. It's
really,
probably lighting.
Did he ask why you were orange?
Yes.
Oh. Well, yeah. Well,
it's not makeup.
It's just the lighting. It's just the lighting.
Here, my arm's more white than my.
Yeah. Ray why he wears a mask, but I guess we won't.
Yeah. So I missed some stuff there. Let me see. I think we already said hello to Kimba and to Tom and to Dave and to Ray. Hello, Paulina.
Ooh. Hello,
Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, hello, Paulina, my new best friend.
Why? What'd she send you?
Music.
We can't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
You set the rules, my friend. We can't talk about it.
Well, no. I just don't want to go on and on about the fucking revolver.
No, that's okay.
Okay. Look, for the next 30 seconds, we can discuss McCartney 3.
Free for all. No,
still can't talk about it.
I have 3 versions of McCartney 3.
Okay, enough.
Hello, Tom.
Let me see here. It's just lighting, Brian. It's just lighting.
By the way, which one's pink?
Nick isn't well. He stayed back at the hotel.
I'm seeing
me,
Nick,
apparently.
I'm seeing Nick Mason's Saucer Full of Secrets on Saturday night at Massey Hall.
Ooh. I'm trying to remember who's in that band that there's like a guitar player.
The keyboard player from Spandau Ballet.
No, I think it's the guitar player. I think is it Gary Kemp?
Yes.
Yeah, Gary Kemp is the guitar player and songwriter for Spandau Ballet. He writes all the songs for Spandau Ballet. So I think it's just interesting that I guess when the lead singer quit Spandau Ballet, you just end up being the guitar player in Nick Mason's band. But yeah, super talented guy, probably big ego. But I personally, I know that this is quote unquote my channel, but people complain that I talk too much and I overpower everybody. So I'm going to randomly throw this. Okay, Tim hasn't said much, so I'm going to go to him, and then I'm going to go through Robert and Ethan so they can show some stuff. So Tim, what's on your mind? Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so
good answer.
That was very brave of you to say.
Yes. We're waiting, Tim.
Well, I can show this album because nobody knows this album. This is an album that nobody knows, and I should introduce the world to it because nobody knows this album. So, here you go.
I've never seen that.
This is actually a new reissue. This is the 50th anniversary.
Why have they reissued it? Why have they reissued it?
Is it colored vinyl?
I have no idea. I got it cheap a couple of years ago, so I picked it up.
Is it colored vinyl?
No.
Did you get it cheap or did you get it like
No, I got it.
Whipped cream and other delights level cheap.
I didn't get it. 29
Have you wondered what those other delights are?
But I got it. I got it.
You know, Robert, I'm not sure we'll ever know.
Here's why I'm not sure I got it. Here's
well, I know
my
what
stereo copy, still in shrink. Here's my original stereo copy, still in shrink. But wait, because I also have, I have a mono copy still. I mean, these things look brand new. A mono copy still in shrink.
Yeah, definitely.
And I have another mono copy still in shrink. So I'm not sure why I bought it, but I did. That's all I got.
Well, here's 7 versions of whipped cream. He has more versions of whipped cream than Joe Mayo has of McCartney 3, I think. Right?
Yeah, mine were all 29 cents though. Mine were 75 bucks a pop.
That's true. And please, I'm not making fun of Joe and McCartney 3 at all. It's just that he's the only person I know that has multiple copies.
I'm surprised you didn't go for Hunyadi first.
Oh, Hunyadi, what an idiot. Hey, Tom. No, I'm kidding. I love Tom Hunyadi. Here's the thing. Okay, it's us 4 on the show, right? If we're going to contact some people via Facebook and have them on the show as well. So there's going to be a time where maybe Ethan can't make it, I hope. And then Robert maybe can't make it
next week.
Or I love giving Ethan a hard time. Or Tim can't make it. No. Come on, sit down, you big baby. But I talked to Matthew Street, and this is really just about talking about music. This is what Beans loved. We would just get together, maybe behind the scenes or even through private message and just randomly talk about music.
Steve, that's why the show is an observation.
Yes.
So far, the show has been talking about how the show is going to be talking about how the show is going to be talking about music.
How do I get rid of him?
Like that.
All right. Before he cries, I better put him back up there. There we go. All right. But thank you, everybody, for taking the time to actually watch us here. We just want to talk about music. We all love music. How did Robert get over there? Robert,
Well,
I got to keep an eye on you, buddy.
I keep moving around.
Yeah.
Let me show something that I know you like, Stephen.
Well, yes. Yes. Thank you. Hallelujah.
The Yachts.
Debut.
English band. Power pop.
Liverpool.
New wave.
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe them, Stephen?
Power pop, new wave, definitely. Definitely 60s influenced. Lot of Farfisa or Vox organ. And produced by Richard Goderer. But before I let our next guest up, let me tell you about.
There's another one already?
Yes.
Jesus.
But that Yachts album, I saw that in the bins. Okay, I was shopping. I probably bought like a Bram Tchaikovsky record or The Records or some other new wave thing, and I didn't have enough money. And I saw this group Yachts, and I had no idea what it was. And I kept, each time I'd go back to Licorice Pizza, I'd keep looking at it. I'd go, there's something about this album that I definitely want to check this out. So I asked for it for my birthday. I received it for my 16th birthday, 1979. And literally, it is just a tremendous album. If you're into power pop, if you're into new wave with, it's not post-punk, but it has punk energy, but great harmonies.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely wonderful debut album. That's the American version. And that they became one of my favorite all-time bands, and they still are. And on Facebook, I'm friends with.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
In Massachusetts, when I went to see Pete Best. And
Yes.
he left early on Sunday. So we went to the record store, and I picked this up along with a couple other albums. So
yeah, I'm
very happy
actually known. I'm actually known as the yachts guy, because like even the band members will go, oh yeah, well there's our American fan Schnee or whatever. There's a 3 CD box set that came out that has all their recordings, and I'm actually thanked in the booklet. So
Really?
anyway, we're going to we are going to let our next guest up. He just celebrated his 13th birthday, ladies and gentlemen, Brinley.
All right. How are you, Brinley?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Hey,
Good.
yes, thank you for being
Here
here.
between Ethan and
thank you for having
Brinley,
me.
they're
Next year,
almost
Brinley will
equal
be
to my age.
eligible to go on all the rides at Disney World.
What I should do is I should put Robert up on top, so the kids can play downstairs.
Keep the
but
youngins
no.
down here.
Yeah, but no, somebody's gonna get angry.
Just
So-
for clarification, I'm not down here playing with Brinley.
But Brinley, how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there. Life.
Did you bring your juice box with you?
No, but I brought a bunch of show and tell stuff because you seemed to think that was okay. So
Cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
plenty of stuff.
But since Ethan was here first, we're gonna let him show us some.
Can I add
vinyl.
something really quick though before he does?
Okay.
Because you were talking about the Yachts, who are also one of my favorite bands, and you said you were thanked in the booklet, and as also is my dad. He's in the booklet as well because he's the one who put out all of their American
Oh,
records.
cool.
He did
Yeah,
the deal
that's
with
awesome.
Jake Riviera, who was one of his closest friends, and he got everything except for Nick Lowe and Elvis Costello. So he put out everything American with Radar. So they were one of his
Oh, that's
contacts
awesome.
and
Oh,
good friends
so
with
you-
Henry
So this
Priestman.
is not Peter Noon is mentioned. Cool.
So your dad actually helped like with Inmates and Bram Tchaikovsky.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. So Ethan, I'm going to
Okay.
let you
So,
let you
in
show
order
some
to
vinyl
do
here.
this, I pulled out a rather big stack. So I will play a game. Pick a number between 1 and 4.
37.
3. Who are you
8.
talking to?
Oh, you guys play by the rules.
3. Okay, so the third one in the stack is the Italian version
Ooh.
of Help,
Help.
which I
Wow.
picked up at the Beatle Fest, which was somewhere between 2 and 7 months ago. I don't know when this was.
Wow.
Frankly, they just drag me places. I don't know where I am. All right, pick another number between 1 and
Ethan's
3.
breaking
87.
the rules.
87.
2.3.
92.
All right, why not? Okay.
2.5.
I actually picked
Too
this
much.
one up when I met Brinley for the first time in the flesh.
Oh, yeah.
This is, speaking of Elvis Costello,
Yes.
my original stiff copy of My Aim is True with the blue back cover, and a bit of a controversial opinion. The record is all right. It's not my favorite.
Uh-huh.
I still think this year's model.
This year's model is the best. Elvis
It's his
album.
greatest record.
Well,
Yes.
remember
I
that
totally
album,
agree with you.
that album was not made
Well-
with the attractions.
Well, it was
Yeah.
made with what became Huey Lewis and the News.
They were Clover
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
made
Clover,
with Clover.
Clover.
I'll just start pulling at random.
Oh, good. We don't have to pick any more numbers.
Okay,
Yay.
here's the Dave Clark 5
I was
Wow.
going to pick 5.
on top of a car. Why they're on top of a car? Because
Did the
they're
Beach
having
Boys
a
tell 'em to
wild
do that?
weekend. It's actually a pretty good record. It's a weird film. It's an okay record. But
yeah, I've seen bits and pieces of the film.
bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Bits
Oh,
and pieces.
duh. No pun intended. What a dork! What a dork I am.
I
You
haven't
didn't do
seen
that
the film
intentionally?
because
I'm just gonna go rapid fire. Tyrannosaurus Rex,
Love that
Beard
album.
of
Yeah.
Stars. with a unicorn.
Neither of them even had
awesome.
beards. What a ripoff.
Is that a twofer, or did you just put those in the same package?
No, that's a twofa.
Wow.
It's not a twofer. You Americans butcher it. It's TOOFA.
Oh, okay.
I think. Brinley, can you?
You are correct.
Thank you.
Right
Move, California Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
He needs that one because I took his first one.
Yes. Okay, here's a funny story.
Yeah.
I'm laughing first. Get me out of the way.
Thank you, Steve. So I had ordered that for myself maybe last January. I had bought Brinley a gift for Christmas on Discogs, so his address was still in my system. I may or may not have been a little intoxicated one night, and I decided to order California Man. Unfortunately, I did not change my address, so it went to Brinley's house.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm sure you guys all know it would be very hard to pry away a Roy Wood or Move record that I don't already have once I'm holding it.
So, did you get your money back from Brinley?
No, I just let him keep it.
We made some trades and considered it even at some point, even though I think I won the deal. So, hey, he accepted it.
And I'll show two more. This is the biggie. This is the biggie. This is quite possibly my. It's one of my top 3 albums of all time. This album quite literally saved my life, really? And it's one of those records where I own too many copies of it in different places. I have one signed by the band, but I finally bit the bullet and bought an original Canadian stereo copy in the shrink wrap for an undisclosed amount of money.
Yes.
And something for almost that same undisclosed amount of money. I got this. The very first album by the Small Faces. What's so special about this, you may ask? Sealed.
That's awesome.
It came from some... For you Canadians out there, you'll get a kick out of this.
Open it.
Well, if you insist.
Seal to reveal.
For you Canadians out there, I got this from a record store in London, Ontario, that had gotten some new old stock from a Sam the Record Man in London, Ontario. And so they just got 3 or 4 boxes, big boxes of like sealed mint records, and that happened to be in there.
That's awesome. Fantastic.
Cool.
Where did I put it? The guy gave me the little packing sticker from the
that's
shipping
awesome.
box.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's
awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And
So,
hold on. Lisa's saying, "Open it or I'll riot." Oh no!
A riot in California?
Yeah.
No. What am I going to do?
Okay. So we got here, Kimba, and then okay. So, Robert S. Before Brinley, since you're tardy to the party, I'm gonna have to go to Robert S.
That's all good.
Plus, he pretends to be more mature than you. So, Robert S., do you have some stuff to show us?
Sure. Let me start with Joan Armour Trading.
Ooh.
Yes.
She is from St. Kitts, I think. Or was it St. Bart's? I believe St. Kitts. This is her album, Me, Myself, I, which is really how I was introduced to her. She basically, rock music with sort of a Caribbean flair or flavor, especially in the lyrics. And she was on Saturday Night Live, and she played a song called All the Way from America. And that is on this album. And I picked this up and fell in love with this album. picked up a lot more Joan Armatrading music, but this continues, and she's got some really wonderful songs, but this is one of my all-time favorite albums by her.
I'm a big fan of Walk Under Ladders because the song called I'm Lucky off of that is wonderful. In fact, I think Thomas Dolby might play keyboards on that song. So,
cool.
she does have, so I think it might have been the album
She got a
after
song
that.
called Show Some Emotion, Love and Affection. Wonderful, wonderful songs.
Yes. And I love it when you
a
call
local
me
band
names.
from the early 70s.
Yep.
Local, I mean by me. Barnaby Bye. This is Pepe Castro, who is formerly of the Blues Magoos, and brothers Billy and Bobby Alessi, and Mike Riccadelli, I think his last name is. And this is, typical early 70s rock, somewhat influenced by the Beatles, who wasn't. This is their first album. And this is their second album, Touch. They only had 2 albums before they broke up.
I do have both of those on CD. Just throwing that out there.
The Alessi brothers went on to continue to perform. Came out with this great debut album. Then they came out with the second album. And they came out with another album. And it just keeps going on. But they were more popular, I would say, in England, in Europe, than they were in the U.S. Generally. They're very popular in New York, obviously. On Long Island, but just absolutely fantastic music, and I love the Barnaby Bye albums. I also want to show, and I recently did a video about this group, the Chocolate Watch Band. This is another disc that I picked up in Massachusetts when I was there last weekend. This is limited edition on gold vinyl, and this is their album, I'm Not Like Everybody Else. And yes, that is the Kinks song that they do a cover of.
Great version.
Oh, absolutely. So,
Robert, have you played that yet?
Psychedelic music.
Have you played that yet, Robert?
I haven't played this. It's sealed.
You'll be surprised. It's not the original versions. They reunited.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have.
So this is the late. Oh, okay. I know they had reunited because, after, and I think I mentioned this in my video, they only released, in my opinion, 2 great psychedelic albums. Or was it 3 in like 67, 68, 69? Then I think they split up in 70. And then when psychedelic music became popular again, they got together and said, let's take advantage of this. So, but
this
hey,
is this is fairly recent.
I'm curious to hear this then.
Together.
And I've got to show, of course, my Pete Best autographed Silver Beetles.
That's great.
And what else can I show?
Why didn't you get 2 Joe put on yours?
Ooh,
the merry-go-round.
Awesome.
And this I got from Joe. Sorry, Tom. I know you wanted this. And of course, we go from that to I was looking for my Emmett Rhodes album that I showed earlier.
Ooh.
And I can't find it. So let's go with another one of Bean's favorites, Ian Matthews.
Yes. A lot of people here will only remember him from the song Shake It.
Matthews, Southern Comfort.
Yep. Ian Matthews again.
And I think that's it.
Awesome. Well, that's a lot of great stuff there. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. Yeah, and it's always great because how many times has someone shown Ian Matthews or Yachts or whatever? I mean, Yachts maybe me. So, I appreciate the variety there. Speaking of variety, let's go to the exact opposite and head over to Brinley.
Oh no.
No, I'm kidding. Brinley is a young lad, but his musical interest and knowledge, I have to admit, is far beyond mine. And if you consider me somebody who knows a little bit about music, then meet Brinley.
Oh, I don't know if that's true, Stephen, but I appreciate the compliment.
but you, I have better hair. No, you have better hair, I think.
Hey, at least
you try fitting this under something.
Yeah,
right.
but what have you got for us?
All right, I pulled out a stack of CDs. I've gotten so many CDs in the last couple months, and it always keeps coming in. I didn't know what to pick, so I grabbed this stack and thought this would be the one you guys would like the most. So this one is a Japanese-only set of the Byrds' A's and B's original singles, 65 to 71. And this is the only release that has a lot of the actual single mixes for these songs. So this is the only place to get it. And you can still get this somewhat regularly in the U.S. as an import, but it's pretty pricey. But I found a really good deal on it. So that's how I grabbed this one.
Wow. So now we know we can find it at your house.
Right.
Yeah. I've never even heard of that CD. So that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, this one, it's on a Columbia, and it's really weird. It has an extra thick jewel case.
I was going to say, it looks thick.
But it's like thicker than an average one. It's really strange. So it's still sealed. I have no idea how it actually opens up. So that remains to be seen when I read it. It's 2
discs, though, right?
It is, yeah. It comes with all sorts of stuff, and it's the complete A's and B's for all of it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, if it's going to be A's and B's, it has to be 2 discs.
Yeah, because there's a lot of sets that say, oh, it's the original mixes. And like with certain groups in the Byrds and the Hollies, they'll say, oh, it's the original mixes from the singles. And usually they're not. They're fold downs or they're new edits that are like recreations, but they're not the originals. But this
Hang
one
on,
is
I just
the
have
original.
to interject. No, Tom, you are not the king of hair. I am the king of hair.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a cool one. And then the next one is I have another one of these coming in the stack here. But
hey, Brinley, Tom has a message for you.
Legally, I can't do that, but when we're not being legal, ask me the same question.
Exactly.
We're being watched. Thank you. This one is the Now Sounds Deluxe Expanded Mono Edition of The Spirit of 67, Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Awesome.
As I try to build a complete set of their albums, which is not easy to do because they don't have a nice big box set like a lot of these bands, but they deserve one. So one by one, we're getting them all done. So this one's that one complete with also the stereo album in this case and some bonus stuff and has a nice crack there, but I'll get over it.
But Now Sounds is just an amazing label.
Oh yeah,
Steve
I've been
Stanley.
on a huge spree of Now Sounds stuff. I just got a package today from Rare Waves, and it's 4 Now Sounds things I needed. So slowly I'm getting that labels. Everything that's still in print enough, I can get of Now Sounds.
Yeah.
So there's more in this stack, I'm sure. This one is a really cool one. This one's usually expensive for some reason. I don't know why, but I really wanted this one. So this one's Into the Afterlife from the Zombies. So it's all sorts of post-Zombies solo projects from Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Rod
I've got that.
Argent, and really cool stuff on here. So some alternate mixes of things you do know by the Zombies. So it's a really good odds and ends, especially if you have the Zombie Heaven box set, which I have. So
yeah,
good way to really get all that extra stuff. And I love all those Neil MacArthur singles that Colin did too from the late 60s. And I think they're all on here. So that was worth it. And then incidentally with it is also another Zombies one, the Decca Stereo Anthology, because with Zombie Heaven, it's all in mono. So now here's a good stereo.
It's really funny, Brinley. I bought both of those together.
Yeah.
The previous one, the In the Afterlife, and the stereo. Yeah,
that's cool. I'm trying to think. There's another one I still need, and I forget what it is. I think it's the expanded BBC Sessions one. So I'll get that eventually. But I want the studio stuff first, and then I'll get back to all the live things. So these two were more important. Then this one, speaking of Now Sounds, this one was Ruth Ann Friedman, the Constant Companion Sessions, because I love this album.
Wow.
So
yeah,
this is the best way to get it on CD for sure. So. And if anyone here doesn't know her, you would know her for writing Windy by the Association, some other songs by other people. If you like Sunshine Pop, then you'll probably have known a lot of these songs by other artists, but these are her own recordings of them. So really cool CD there. And then also on Now Sounds, going with the other one, is the deluxe expanded Revolution from Paul Revere and the Raiders.
Fantastic.
So needed that album too. So I have the one of those Raven like 5-packs for the later stuff. So I have all those later albums like Alias Pink Puzz and now that I'm gonna blank on them now that you put me on the spot, but all the ones after Revolution. So that was a good one. And then this one's another.
You would think that Brinley would hang out at Ski Lodge more because basically he's showing everything or all the stuff. But no, he needs an education.
I'm there all the time, and then college happened, and then I slowly kept forgetting when Tuesday nights were Tuesday nights, and then it would be 10 p.m. and I'd see, watch, this is Ski Lodge live now, and I'd be like, oh no, I missed it. So.
Yeah, but you don't want to grow up and be an idiot like me, so I'm proud of you. Go ahead.
I'm trying.
Everybody wants that, Kimba.
Oh yes.
Sounds good, Kimba. I'll do picture trades if you want to see all of them, because this is just one stack. There's at least 4 or 5 stacks back there. So it's getting big because I keep buying them and then not ripping them, so they just get bigger and bigger. So this one was one that's been on my list for a really long time. So Here's Where I Belong, the P.F. Sloan anthology of the Donegal
Oh, yeah.
years.
Oh, nice.
I was really happy for this one. Of course, you get recordings of everything you probably know by him from other people. You do pretty much get from him here, so that's really cool. So of course, I have most of these songs all the time by all sorts of other people. So this was a really fun one to get. And then the last one, because they redid it earlier this year, just a repressing of the 2008 one on Cherry Red, was the Applejacks, the album, but it's also their complete output with all the bonus stuff. So this is the complete works of the Applejacks from Birmingham, but who did the hit version of Like Dreamers Do, the Lennon McCartney song. Also, I Go to Sleep, the Ray Davies composition. A lot of great stuff here. So... Yeah, that's one of my new piles of stuff.
Is someone eating an apple?
What?
Yeah, I swear to God, I hear like someone crunching an apple.
Ooh.
No.
It might have been me moving CDs.
Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah, usually when I move CDs,
it could just be the sounds in my head.
Yeah, I mean, whenever I move CDs, I'm moving them around. I'm going, oh, I'm craving an apple right now.
Well, personally, I thought only the Beatles CDs made apple sounds.
Oh, that's true. But he was showing the Applejacks.
What about the band Apple?
Don't know. But Tim, I know that you went away for a couple minutes. Did you go grab some stuff to show, or?
Yeah, I grabbed a couple things to show
since
everybody's showing stuff, and I didn't prepare because
Well,
show us what you've got.
Well, I thought I would. This is violating the rules, but I thought I would show what Paulina sent me because I was just blown away. She sent me this.
Oh wow!
Cool.
That's
And
really
since
cool.
it's out of print now and you
right.
can't get it anymore, I am just thrilled to death. So, Paulina, if you're still out there, thank you. This is
I don't have one.
Weekend.
I don't have a DVD set.
I have one.
No, but
okay,
but Kim, it's not against the rules. Talking about the only thing that's against the rules is to turn this into a Beatle Fest.
Okay, and I wanted to show this that was my other VCLT late last week, and that is the new Elvis Costello album. Robert S. sent me this.
Who's that?
So, Robert, again, thank you so much. This is great, by the way. If you're an Elvis Costello fan, this is really, really good. It's along the lines of Brutal Youth. It's along the lines of that album. It's raw, it's rocking, it's good. Best Elvis in years. And I picked this up not too long ago. It's the She and Him tribute to Brian Wilson. I don't love it. It's okay. It's good. It's very quiet. If you're in the mood, it's very ski lodgy. But I need to listen to it again. I've only played it once. But Brian himself is on here doing Do It Again, and that's my favorite track so far.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't blown away by that album.
Yeah. And
I heard
this is on if I can get it out. This is the Target version on some really nice
Wow.
greenish sort of vinyl. It's got a cool inner sleeve. I mean, it's a really nice
Yeah.
package and everything.
It looks
And
pretty cool.
I just wish they would have rocked a couple of times a little more. And this is an awesome
And
pressing.
they need more pictures of Zoe.
Oh,
I picked
yeah.
this up not too long ago. The mono
I got
mix.
that too. I got
I
that
have
too.
that.
Mix of
Actually, I have something to show in relation to that.
of the first Floyd album, and I'm selling my stereo mix. I like this so much better. And yeah, that's it. That's all I've got.
Nice.
All right, hold on.
You're welcome, Tim, by the way.
I got this actually from my local record store not too long ago, and it's
Wow.
it's a poster for the
cool.
mono LP.
Oh wow!
And as if that wasn't good enough, a poster for the Saucer Full of Secrets mono.
wow.
Fantastic. Wow.
Very cool. And believe it or not, I picked my mono Pink Floyd up at Walmart. You wouldn't think Walmart would have it, but they did. Very oddly.
Well, when I went to the record store in Massachusetts, when Joe and I pulled up in the parking lot, we parked right in front of the store, and they were just putting something out with a sign that said free on it. So I picked it up. I had to have it. I threw it in Joe's trunk. I said, I'm bringing this home.
Oh, boy.
Okay, hold on. I'm making you big here. Hold on. Wow, that's for free?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Give it some
We're
free
going to
love.
show it on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pretty much.
Fantastic.
Very
Fantastic.
cool.
I have a question for you guys, because it's something that's been taking up a lot of my thought lately. How would you musically classify like 10cc and Supertramp?
You see, that's a tough one because neither of them possess prog rock leanings, although
No.
some prog rock people like them. I consider them pop bands, or maybe it's just easier to call them rock bands. But Supertramp to me was kind of, they sort of maintained a certain sound throughout their career, even though they expanded on it, but it was very much a Supertramp sound. 10cc radically changed, with Godley and Cream in the band than without Godley and Cream. But they had their tendencies to, they had a 13-minute song called Feel the Benefit, or 11-minute song, which is incredible. And it feels like it goes by in 3.5 minutes. Both of them are fantastic bands and unclassifiable, I guess.
Thank you. Very helpful.
Dry up and blow away.
I would
I thought
actually
the
call
Korean leave.
Supertramp like prog light. I think they definitely have a lot more proggy tendencies than 10cc does.
See,
It's like progressive adult
I've heard them
prog
called
light.
like art pop.
Art rock.
Art
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah, art rock does fit definitely, and as much as it's touted as being a overrated and overplayed album, I really think that Breakfast in America is incredible. It's an incredible record still to this date. Some of their best songs, but am I saying it's their best album? It's my favorite, but that doesn't
I've been
mean
listening
it's
to
the
a
best.
lot of 10cc lately.
Which ones have you been listening to? Because I'm huge into 10cc.
Sheet music.
Mm-hmm.
How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the one from 77?
Deceptive Bends, Look Here.
Deceptive Bends.
Okay, Deceptive Bends. Okay.
And Bloody Tourists.
Yeah. Blade Church, I think, was 78, I think.
Yeah.
An album that gets really overlooked by them is called 10 out of 10. It came out in '82, and it was going back to sort of being a pop band. I think it's like their most cohesive album since Deceptive Bends. I thought Deceptive Bends was extremely well-made pop record. I think that Bloody Tourist has some great songs. There's some songs I'm, a little bit about. Same thing with the Look Here album. But 10 out of 10 was just a great, great pop album. Stripped down, and it was their second to last album. I mean, their reunion albums, I don't think, as much as I love 10cc and I own them, I don't think that anyone needs to search those out.
Well, they don't have, they only one of them kind of has Godly and Cream, but that was more of a contractual obligation kind of thing.
Yeah, I think Godly sang backup on a song and Cream sang backup on another song. I mean, they weren't even on the same song. I don't think there's a song on that 10cc album that has all four members on the same song.
What? Like the Monkees.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Well, I was going to say it's like that Ringo album. The self-titled Ringo album has all four Beatles on
that
it.
would be interesting.
Yeah,
that'd be
talk
awesome.
about Beatles, so we'll put the word monkeys in place.
Wrong, lads.
It has all the Beatles on it, but they're just not all in the same song.
You remember the Monkees, John, Paul, George, and Melvin.
Oh.
See, now I regret taking this poster out of the tube, because now I'm having a hell of a time putting it back in the tube.
I love the.
You got to wind it real tight.
I used to be a huge 10cc fan. I haven't listened to them in a while.
I have to be honest.
Does anybody else have Consequences? I even have Consequences.
Oh yeah, Consequences is a strange record.
Yeah.
No, Richard, it's just we're just closing it down.
No one's home. Turn the lights off.
In about probably about 5 minutes. I didn't want to go over an hour because I don't know how this is going to be. How people are going to feel about this, but this is going to be just a very sporadic show. I mean, if we get people, enjoying the show, then we will do it more frequently. But right now, it's probably going to be once every 3 or 4 years. No,
I'll check my calendar to see if I'm available then.
Okay. But yeah, I mean,
those of you who are out there, hit that like button.
I may be washing my hair that day.
No, but wait a minute. What the heck happened? I didn't do that. Gosh darn it, Brinley.
We lost somebody.
Brinley decided he had enough.
Maybe Brinley went to go wash his hair.
Yeah, but the reason. I'm sorry, Tim. Go ahead.
No, go. I was just gonna make a joke about Matthew Smith asking if we're just getting started. He should know that when he shows up, it's just about over.
Yeah, but yeah, this is it's basically there was a group of guys who would get together behind the scenes and just talk music and have fun.
Amongst other things.
Yeah, amongst other things. And Beans was very much part of that. Beans was one of the original people. I'm letting other people, late, people showed up late, know what's going on. And Beans was a big part of we should just get up and just do a stream where we just talk randomly, a free for all. We'll go off on so many tangents and stuff.
He's the main reason last summer I did so many streams where we would just play Psych, because Beans would text me at midnight. It's like, you up? Like, yeah. It's like, let's do it. Let's do a Psych stream. It's like, all right, man.
Yeah, but I don't play music on the show because I want to be able to save it and let other people watch the show. I mean, I only hope that it's entertaining to people because we just want to talk about music, and that is absolutely it. we're not here to diss music. We're not here to diss other channels except Ethan's.
Fuck you. Just for that, I want you to promote my podcast right now.
Oh,
As an apology.
Boneheads on the Run. Is that what it is?
Yeah, close
No,
enough.
Fans on the Run, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Fans on the Run. Okay. Brinley says the power went out. Yeah, whatever.
I've
More
used
like-
that one before.
Yeah,
Pay your
more
bills,
like,
Brinley.
no, more like it was. His mom came in and told him he had to go to bed because you know how it is with little 12-year-olds. They got to get up and go to school in the morning. But I appreciate everybody coming, hanging out. I know we really didn't have a theme.
I'm surprised you remember that happens to 12-year-olds at your age.
Well, remember, I have a daughter, so I remember she was 12 years old like 20 years ago. So I kind of remember. Isn't that weird? I have a daughter, right? And she's
That's
like,
crazy.
That's weird.
no, but she's older than friggin' Ethan and Brinley put together, friggin' toddlers. But heck, Tim and Robert, they're wearing Depends while Ethan's wearing Pampers. I'm somewhere in between.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm the oldest here. I'll admit it.
Yeah, that's fine. So I am going to sign off here. Like I said, this was it's called the Beans Report because it's a celebration of music and our friend Beans, because all he wanted to do was talk about music. And that's why we do this. That's why we all come together. We are actual real friends in real life, except for Ethan. And
He's all the way in Canada.
no, but I appreciate everybody who came along. Like I said, I know there's really no subject, but that's really kind of what it is when friends just get together talking about music. You don't really need a subject. You just need to sometimes rein people in like me who go off on radical tangents, because then this show could go on forever like it is already. So I think everybody, in fact, Ethan, what would you like to say to everyone?
I would like to say to everyone,
fantastic. That got me wet. Tim Allen, what would you like to say?
Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out my channel. Check out my podcast, snapcracklepop.podomatic.com.
Wait, what's the name of your podcast again, Tim?
The Snap, Crackle, and Pop Vinyl Hour.
Just one more time.
What is the address?
Pop Vinyl Hour, snapcracklepop.podomatic.com.
Fantastic. And
okay, so I heard it right, it's Fans on the Run. That's the name. Yeah.
It's Fans on the Run. Yeah.
Yes, Ethan. Fans on the Run. How do they find your podcast?
Anywhere but YouTube.
Okay, anywhere but YouTube. And Robert, he has a channel, Robscure Music.
Yes, I do.
Would you like to say anything before we go?
I would like to say thank you all for watching. Remember to hit that like button. We've discussed a lot of great music today. So if you're not familiar with it, check it out. And thank you, Stephen, for inviting me.
Well, thank you for taking my PayPal money to get you on here. But please show.
Wait, man, you got paid?
No, Ethan, I sent you the Venmo.
I'm Canadian. I don't have Venmo.
Venmo A.
Okay.
On Robert, I need you to show that album again. Remind people that when they're going through their dollar bins, they need to pick up this album. It literally changed my life. That and the last album and the Jam and everything else. But that is it, people. I am, again, in fact, every show I'm going to apologize for talking too much. This is my channel, so fuck off. And I appreciate everybody for being here. Your support is 100% appreciated. We will, all of us will be back, or variation of some of us will be back. I'm hoping all of us with more guests, such as Brinley and Matthew Street and some other folks. So please, everybody, stay safe, be wonderful. Just listen to the music. Just, let it just grab you deep down in the soul, and who cares about what fucking pressing it is, just as long as it makes you feel good. And that's what's the most important thing. So good night, everybody. And we will see you all later. And remember, guys, don't hang up. You guys, we will say goodbye in our behind the scenes. So thank you, everybody. And we will see y'all later on the Beans Report.
Little